Hey YouTube, so I'll be deck profiling my Yosenju build. It's a little different from what you normally see on YouTube. It kind of strays away from the OTK build, which you normally see, to more a stunning build. My build is more mentally just to beat Necros. The video's gonna be kind of long, so Decklist will be down below. You just want to look at it real fast. I'll also be explaining my card choices in the end. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it.
So I run 3,1s, that's pretty standard. 2,2s, that's pretty not standard, I'll tell you guys why after. 3,3s, and 2 Sujiks. It's actually my area code 323, and I'll tell you guys after. No other monsters, that's it. And then I run 3 upstarts, 3 pod duality, 3 tankies, these are all the searchers. Then I run 2 dark holes and a Regeki. Pretty good since all your monsters pop back up. 1 D fissure. A lot of people don't play this, but because the surprise factor is not there anymore. But in my opinion, like, even if the surprise factor is not there, like, what are you gonna do about it? Like, it's still an answer to everything. And then 1 book, because roll the crease card. For traps, we run 3 Fiendish Chains, 3 Mirror Forces, 3 Mind Crush, 2 Void Trap Holes. Pretty good. I'll tell you guys why after. 1 mistake, only 1, because we run the triple Mind Crush. 1 Vanity is that 1 macro, 1 Torrential, and 1 Ring Destruction. So for the side, we run 3 Max C. Only 1 Flying C because BA is not that big of a deck, and you always pop this back up with combo 1. 2 Graveyard Commandant, 2 Necro Valley, 3 MSTs because we don't play in the main, 1 Bottomless Trap Hole, 1 Solemn Warning, and 2 Secret Moves. I don't play these in the main because I think this card's actually really terrible. The only reason I play in the side is because of there's a lot of Yosenjus, and I was tired of losing to BA, because then if you get Wing Blasted or Fire Legged or Karma Cutted, like, you lose. So this is like your only out to it. But since the BA wasn't very prominent, so I might cut this. I'll tell you guys what after. So for the extra, run 1 XYZ Rebellion Dragon, Castel, Direwolf. I'm gonna cut this guy, he's really bad, like I never make him. Probably make him into like Cowboy. 1 Heartland Draco, 1 X-Time you run it, Carnagorgon, Cowboy, Magna, Berserk. This card, you could cut this, but it won me 1 game, so that's min. Like, you could banish their stuff so they can't bulk you, and then you could attack the game with it. Not with it, with like attack the game with the monsters. 1 Tiger King. This card actually might bump to 2. It's pretty good. 1 Stardust. I was running Starlight Road before over the secret move, so I might. Well, obviously I'm gonna cut this because I don't use Starlight Road anymore, but I just had it in here. This would probably be a crazy box if anything. 1 Chidori, or it could be another Chidori, but sometimes I find that I need to. 1 Dweller, 1 Arc, and 1 Kagasuchi. He's really good. He's better than 101 because a lot of people run Mirrorverse stuff, but this guy can't run over like Colossus and big butts. But this guy can. So I mean, choose your pick on what you want to crash with, because then they have Mirror Force. Like, he can't really run over anything, but he can. So yeah. Also, I don't play Daigusto Emerald because if you need to recycle your monsters, it means you're losing the game. If you ever have to make that guy, it's like, oh, you're losing the game, so there's no point. Alright, so I'm gonna explain some of my card choices. So, actually, I only run these many monsters because I always open Zoo. I always open like 3 monsters, and if you're opening 3 monsters, you're gonna lose the game. And I always want to go second. If you're going first, that means you have more continuous trap cards. I don't run a lot of continuous trap cards, and I don't run secret moves, so there's no reason for you to go first. You always want to go second to get that 6th card. So also another reason why I don't go first is because if you go first, you only open 5 cards, right? And I always open Zoo. I always open at least 3 monsters in my hand. So you open 3 monsters in your hand, that means you only have 2 other cards, and those 2 cards could be traps, but they could not be. They could be another Tanky, which is a 4th monster, or it could be a Dark Hole Regeki, or it could be like a Book of Moon, which is not really a defensive card. So it could be possibly, at worst case scenario, it could be 3 monsters and 2 spells, and that's crap. So if you go second, you can open 3 monsters and most likely at least get 1 trap. Because we don't, I mean, like, I'm sorry. So that's why I only run, is it 10 monsters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10 monsters. So it's kind of like playing spellbooks, where you have the 3 tankies, and then you have the monsters. So you should be opening that many monsters. Essentially, you win if you get like 1 monster and like 4 back row, 5 back row. That's essentially your preferred opening hand. So the reason why I play 2 comma 2s instead of 3 is because if you guys play this deck enough, you notice that this guy's complete ass. Like, he doesn't do anything by himself. Like, he just pokes damage. He's kind of like it's the Teller Knight. I compare his deck a lot to the Teller Knights too, because it runs a lot of back row. This card is like the Owl Sound, the guy that just burns 1,000. It's like, you only need one. It's like, he's kind of ass. So, in all honesty, this guy, Sujik, is 10 times better than this guy. Like, he's 2,000 by himself, and this guy's only 18. The only reason this guy's good because he might go for game with it. I mean, like, it's like whatever. So I was actually thinking about cutting these out of one because I was so tired of opening Zoo all day. But I'll see how it works right now. And another card that I might cut is this. I might cut this down to 2 and make it to a Ryo, because this card is not that good anymore. Because then like Necros, you don't really want to bounce their cards back to their hand. You just want to run their stuff over. Like, this is only good against a BA, to be honest, because you can bounce your Dante's back and yeah, or any or Shadal's, anything that has extra deck. But like, this card by itself is pretty bad unless you bounce and attack your game. But like, I'm not gonna give him back a card. You usually want to destroy their monsters. And Comma 3 is at 3. That's good. This guy's amazing. He searches cards. So yeah, that's the reasoning behind this lineup. I was actually debating to cut maybe the Comma 2 to 1 and this to 3. This guy's amazing. He's like 2,000 beater. He runs stuff over. Like, him with anything else that equals to running something over. And then so, like, you know, at the worst case scenario, Comma 3 is the weakest. It'll be 25. 25 is pretty big in this game. It can run at least one thing over, and that's how you plus. You can't destroy your monsters, and you're destroying their monsters. Alright, so for the spells, I run 3 Upstart and 3 Power Duality. It's because you want to get into your traps. You want to thin the deck as much as possible. I open Zoo all day, so like, these are good to like unzoo your hand. 3 Tanky. Especially common because I kept drawing supers all day. Yeah, so it's pretty much self-explanatory. If you guys don't like Upstart, I was usually not a believer Upstart. You can just run more traps. I was originally building this deck, my first play this deck at LA Regionals, I was playing with Triple Spell Fragrance, and I was cutting these 3 cards out for Triple Spell Fragrance. And I'll explain why I don't play that anymore when we get to the traps. So those are the Searcher cards, and go to the utility. You have to pretty much triple Regeki, since your card always go back to your hand. It's like, they can set up a board, do damage, okay, whatever. I just Dark Hole you, and that's most likely a Dark Hole is gonna be at least a 1-for-1, and at most like a +4, because people aren't that bad to leave like 5 monsters on board. So that's these cards. And then D-Fissure, I just said earlier, like, even though they see it, like, they can't stop it. Like, they gotta play around this card. It changes the way they play. So like, Brio Search, like, they might not just go Brio Colossus just because they want it, just because they can. Like, they can't reuse Valk and stuff, so it's pretty good. And it gets a BA and Shadal's. It's really good, and sometimes it's really good against Cleese because then it doesn't get put to the extra deck, it gets put to the their Banish instead. And then Book of Moon because, like, you lose a Denko, so, you know, book the Denko. Or Decree too, because Decree is a card. So for the traps, we run the Triple Phoenix Chain, along with the Triple Mirror Forces. It's like, this is your I don't want to lose life point cards. So like, you're not gonna lose life points, you're always gonna Mirror Force them, and you're not gonna make them use effects, and there's also life for life points. I use the same exact lineup for when I played Spellbooks. So that's the same concept, since your blue boys are super small, they're really weenie, like, you want to save life points. And yeah. And then you run the Triple Mind Crush. This is amazing, this format. How you play this card is how you're gonna win the game. Like, if you Mind Crush them at the right time, it's like, it's so detrimental. Like, they can't come back from it. Like, if they go Kaleido, and then you first time Kaleido, most likely you have a Unicorn hand, so you just Mind Crush and call Unicorn, and that's a +1 for you, because then the Kaleido fizzles, because then they probably can't resolve it. And that's how you play Mind Crush. And then 2 Void Trap Pull. So the reasoning behind this is because Vanities is at 1. So essentially, any deck where Vanities is dead, these cards are also dead. So pretty much this replaced the 2 Vanities. Like in Cleese, this is dead, right? So in Cleese is also dead. So in my opinion, it's pretty good replicement. The reason why I play this over Void Trap, over Traptrix Nightmare is because you can Void Trap Pull their Unicorns when they come out, and for Traptrix Nightmare you can't. But the reason Void Chapel is bad compared to Nightmares because this doesn't hit Exton, and that's a really big thing. So you can choose your card. You can play Nightmare over Void, or it's up to you. I like Void better. And then I only play one mistake because I said earlier you run Mind Crush in the main, so that's not much of a mistake, and it kind of hurts you in a way. But if you go first turn and you have your setup already and you just flip mistake, it's like, oh, they can't really do anything. And then one macro, it's like Defissure, it's amazing. One torrential, because your monsters pop up back up, and it's a pretty surprising factor. And the one ring. This pretty much replaces a Snatch Steal. It's kind of a better compulse in my opinion, because you don't want to compulse their necro monsters back, you just want to blow them up. And sometimes they can go Manju or Senju into Unicorn, and they're gonna exceed, obviously go Diamond Dire, and then pop your back row, and then they're gonna use their mirrors in the grave to go Treachery probably. So what you do is you can just Ring Destruction one of their cards, and then they can't exceed to go into the mirror play. So yeah, that's why Ring is good. So for the side, we run a triple max C because BA is still a deck, one flying C because BA is still a deck. You can pop this back up like I said earlier. So I run the 2 Commandants and 2 Necro Valleys. This is amazing. This is all I side in against for the Necros matchup. I'll side out 1 Dark Hole, 1 Mirror Force, 1 Fiendish Chain, and Pod Duality. Or if I'm feeling like I'm doing a lot, I just side out a comma 2 or comma 1. So that's all you need. That's all you. And sometimes you side the MSTs too, because then you don't know they're running Decrees, just in case you don't want to get Decreed and just lose. So this card is so good because then what you do is just summon all your monsters, and they have Valk hand. So then after your summons are all successful, you just play Necro Valley and attack per game because they can't banish from the grave to Valk to save themselves. And they also can't banish for the mirror. So this card's like so good. And I don't play terraforming because Commandant's a monster, and like situational. Let's say I open these 2 and I draw a terraforming. Like at least I didn't draw a dead blank terraforming. It's a monster, and it's 21. It's pretty big. So next we have the 3 MSTs. The reason why it's in the side, not in the main, because it's really bad in the Necros matchup. They don't have any traps, but you have to have MSCs in the side because then like Cleese and like everything else, stunning decks, you need to have their MSCs. And then some people, Necros play Royal Decree, so you need to put this in. 1 Bottomless, 1 Solemn. I don't play it in the main also because Void Chapel is infinity time better than this. The reason why Void Chapel is a little better than Solemn Warning is because Solemn Warning, you just hit the ritual spell. Void Chapel, you hit the monster and the ritual spell. So essentially Void Chapel is a +1 because it's a Void Chapel for the Unicorn and then the ritual spell, or like whatever it is. And Void Chapel, you guys see what the card is before you warning it. Same thing with Bottomless. Bottomless is not that good because you clear their board, but then like their effects still go off, and they can just essentially banish their mirrors in the grave and just go off again. So yeah, well this is better than this, but I don't know. This card's not that great. And then I play these sticker moves in the side. The reason why I don't play 2 is because I think this card is really bad. I don't want to play in the main because essentially if you're going second, this is going to be a turn 4 play. Essentially they go first, second, they get their turn, and then 4th turn. And then now it's live. So what are you afraid of? You know, like a Mirror Force that they don't play, or like a trap card that they don't play? Yeah, people have been arguing with me like this stops Valk, but like, are you really gonna 1-for-1 Valk just to do damage? Like life points don't matter. So I'm not gonna waste my secret moves on it. This is only good against like decks that are really stunny too. Like BA's been changing their build to to their original build with the wing blast, the karma cuts, and then it breaks and mind crushes. Like this card is good against that matchup because they go wing blast and that's a +1 because then you just threw away a card and then you can still go off. Only reason I play this card is because I kept losing to wing blast and I got tired of it. Seeing the meta forming now, like I saw BA hasn't been topping as much, so and I actually see Cleese is still alive now. So originally these were actually 2 twisters, and because Fiendish Chains and Scouts and stuff, because that's what, and Skill Drain and Recreate. A lot of people play Recreate now, and you lose to those kind of cards and get Cleese. So since I see Cleese are more prevalent now, these might be 2 twisters. Also, you could also play My Body as a Shield and Starlight Road. If your locals play a lot of Mirror Forces, like there's a lot of stunny builds like the Solid Stellar Knights and stuff. You can play Starlight Road because it's like once you resolve that, it's like GG. Or you play My Body as a Shield because you can go Carnagorgon into My Body as a Shield, and that's pretty much a lock because they can't kill a Carnivorian. So the extra is pretty standard. There's nothing that I would really change. Probably drop the Diamond Dyer for another Chidori or another Tire King. Because sometimes what I usually do is if I open like a zoo, I have like 3 monsters. I go to one monster, another monster, make Tire King, and then search for Tanky, and then search for the one that you didn't have. So now you have 2 monsters in hand and then Tire King on board, just so you have a body. Because if you open 3 monsters, means you have less back row, and then Tire King is like, oh, he's a body that you won't like. They can't just kill right away. And something you need a second Chidori. You could play another Cowboy. I've been not playing the OTK that build that much, so only time second Cowboy is needed is if you go like 4 Yosenjus on board, attack with all 4 of them, and then double Cowboy. That's game. But then if you have all 4 monsters, that's like you should have won that game anyways. And also, since Clifford is actually prominent now, you might actually need to run the crazy box over here, or Diamond Crab King. I was saying earlier how when I played LA Regionals, it was last format. Hits all the snatch deals and stuff, but pretty similar build, pretty similar side. But instead of playing Upstart, I played Anti-Spell Fragrance. The reason why I don't play Anti-Spell Fragrance anymore is because if you're playing against a smart Necros player, they set the cards regardless. So your Anti-Spell Fragrance is dead. Since you make them go first, like they're gonna go first turn, set all their cards. And now you don't know if anyone's Mirror Force or not, so it's like it's kind of hurts you in a way, because you don't know if they're bluffing or not, because some people have been siding in Mirror Forces because they've been losing Yosenjus a lot. So Anti-Spell Fragrance against a bad Necros player, they would lose to it, but against a good Necros player, it's like pretty much a nothing card. And it's only good if you go first, but I want to go second, like I said earlier. And it also is only good if they don't have the MST. Usually Necros side in like 3 MSTs, 2 Twisters, and like a Fairy Wind or whatever, or Malcat. But like I kept the whole day, like I would go, oh, standby phase, Anti-Spell Fragrance, and they like, oh, MST. I'm like, oh wow, I just lose now, because then this could have been like something else, you know. But yeah, you guys can try playing it, but I tested it, and like Necros players are just too smart now. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Pretty long video. If you have any other questions, please post down below. I'll answer it. I know my deck is a lot different from other people's deck. I just open zoo all day, so I want to count my monsters. Like I want to only run like 10 monsters, but somehow I open 3 of them. It's insane. And like I might want to cut down to 8 monsters now, because it's just I lose because of that. I play in DN a night now because I want to practice for nationals. So I'm pretty sure I'm not playing this deck for nationals, but it's just gets your mechanics good ready. Like if you're able to play with Stun deck and win with it, like it means that you know the meta really well and you can read the players. Like this deck makes me be able to read Necros players a lot easier, and that just carries over to your next deck that you guys play. So yeah, if you have any other questions, make sure you guys post down below. Decklist will be down below, and yeah, later you too. Bye.